Hello and welcome to the Bimini Twist Adventures. I began writing in 1998 with the creation of the book Bimini Twist. At that time in my life I was hanging around with a lot of people who were creative artists, musicians and that type of thing. And I began to wonder about my own creativity, if I had any within me, because these people were so remarkable. I knew I didn't have any musical capabilities, but I also knew that I was a pretty good communicator. I could talk to people and make my point known. I could write and get my point across as well. So I decided to sit down and try to write fiction. Had never done anything like that in my life. And I wrote about what I know about. What I know about is small boat handling, fishing offshore, the Bahamas Islands, that type of thing. And that's how I created Bimini Twist. It's an adventure novel. It has in it some delightful young characters who are heroic, and I think I created something like we call it the Hardy Boys meet Flipper, and it's been a lot of fun. I wrote and fell in love with writing, and before I knew it, I had a complete novel ready to go. By the time I completed writing Bimini Twist, I was ready to go into production and started learning something about publishing so that I could put it out there and have the public enjoy my work. But before I even started publishing Bimini Twist, Abaco Gold was already under construction. And when I say under construction, it was in my mind. I was getting words down on paper and I was starting to make it happen. And a little bit different thing about Abaco Gold, using some of the same characters, but a different setting, the Abaco's Islands. And I called on a background that I have in marine archaeology to make the story come alive, something that is different, but I find a lot of treasure divers and that type of people very interested in that type of thing. So I'm writing Abaco Gold and I'm publishing Bimini Twist. Before Abaco Gold was complete, Bimini Twist was already on the market. I'd made some friends in the business, I'd done some public speaking, some book signings and that type of thing, and had a little bit of a fan base even. And they asked for more and I gave them Abaco Gold. And since I was using the same characters, I decided to call it Abaco Gold, a Bimini Twist Adventures. I already knew that I was into a series and that I was going to keep doing this because I had fallen in love with fictional writing. And so I went ahead and I finished up Abaco Gold. By this time there had been thousands of Bimini Twist copies sold. And so I went ahead and continued with this program. One of the things I discovered or felt that I had learned was that my characters, I was developing the characters and they were becoming popular. And what I had to do was continue moving to different areas, to different locations with the stories. And so the next book, Exumatide, takes place in the Exumas Islands. It's a totally different plot, a lot of fun, a lot of action, and a lot of people, I got a lot of positive feedback from my fans, if you call them fans, about this. And the book series was becoming popular. People were still asking me more and more, write another book and so forth. So I did. I wrote Wave Dancer, and Wave Dancer takes place mostly off the island of Grand Bahama Island, and that's another one. People who are familiar with the islands, they like the books because they've been to many of these harbors and they fished on many of these sites I talk about, and it gained the series gained a lot of popularity through that. But then, having been through the Exumas, through Abaco, Bimini, and now Grand Bahama Islands, I was almost done with the Bahamas and wanted to change scenes. And had recently done some deep sea fishing off of the Kona coast in Hawaii. So I thought, I can make this happen. I can transition my characters to a setting in the Hawaiian Islands. Hawaii is interesting because it's got a different type of geography. It's got mountains and volcanoes. It's got great underwater structure, different types of fish, different types of fishing, more diversity, culture, and so I tried to add all that into my last of the Bimini Twist books, which is called Kona Kai. And I had a lot of fun writing Kona Kai. I got a trip to Kona out of it. I got you know, we caught some blue marlin out there and some striped marlin, and got to meet people in the fleet, and it just became a great experience. So that's my 5 books in the Bimini Twist Adventure series. I want to thank you for reading them and for following me. And as I always say when it comes to this series of books, enjoy the adventure. Thank you very much.